is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there folks, welcome ye all to Game of Thrones on the PS3. I have just binge-watched the entirety of the latest series of Game of Thrones, Series 8 is it that we're on now, the big finale, and there's only one episode to go. It's out this coming Monday, I believe, and to celebrate I thought I'm going to dig out the PS3, I'm going to dig out this game which I still have, and share it with you guys. I never finished it back in the day. It's the only RPG of Game of Thrones, proper RPG that I ever saw. If there is another one, do let me know. Maybe there's a PC type thing, but I only ever saw this on the PS3. As I say, I didn't finish it back in the day, and I just got a real buzz to start a new game, share it with you guys, celebrate the end of Game of Thrones come in. Let's crack straight in. God knows how Cyanide Studios got the rights to this, but all the music, all the characters, all the lands. New game. Ooh, hello. Alright, it's just difficulty settings. So Squire, Knight or Lord. Let's go Knight. There's a pretty good little story came with this, as I remember. There was some good script writing with it.
Year 298. Westeros, realm of the Seven Kingdoms. The world has changed. The ancient Targaryen line of kings had its fire extinguished after reigning over the Seven Kingdoms for many centuries. Robert Baratheon's rebellion unified most of the realm's great houses under a single banner, thus bringing about the fall of the Targaryens. Thus, 15 years ago, he acceded to the Iron Throne, becoming Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. Far from the Game of Thrones and political intrigues, far to the north, in the land where winter seems never to die, a border cuts the continent in two, the Wall. The Night's Watch has been its guardian for thousands of years, protecting the realm at all costs from wildling attacks and other menaces from beyond. The danger is constant, the cold is bitter, and death is sweet for those who fall. At times, even the bravest warriors give up and attempt to escape this white purgatory.
Pretty sure that was the actor that's in Game of Thrones, the eunuch guy. Doing the voiceover there. Somewhere south of the Wall. Expect extreme graphics here, people. Extreme graphics.
I knew that you were the one he'd send, Mars. Damned moment. It had to be you, huh?
It's over, old brother. All your attempts are in vain. You know I'll end up taking you to Castle Black, dead or alive.
Why not let me get away for old time's sake? After all, we're brothers.
You betrayed us by attempting to escape, my friend. My duty is to bring you back. You know there's only one way to leave the Night's Watch.
I'm sorry, Mars, you leave me no choice.
flanked by my friendly dog. Moors, that'll be us then. I would have read all that out to you, but I knew I was never going to make it to the end. Right, where are we? You are Moors, a ranger in the Night's Watch, the military order charged with protecting and holding the immense wall separating the realm of the Seven Kingdoms from the wildlands to the north. You are tormented by your past, a veteran and hero of Robert Baratheon's rebellion, which brought an end to the ancient order. You betrayed your lord. You were forced to leave your family and homeland to go to the wall, far from the warmth and love of your wife and daughter. Hang on a minute. That give me a choice then? No. You only get one character, yeah. So, a landed knight is well versed in the art of combat and he favours defence over attack. He also wears heavy armour and bears a stout shield, which makes him a determined and resilient fighter on the battlefield. Preferred equipment is sword, maces, short blades, heavy armour. Main stance is defence. You are able to fight long battles and this increases your chances of survival. This stance requires a one-handed weapon and a shield. Oh, hello. Hedge Knight. A Hedge Knight is an all-round fighter who masters both ranged and melee combat. However, he prefers wielding a two-handed weapon to inflict heavy damage on his opponent. On the other hand, he is well able to absorb punishment. Looks quite cool, the Hedge Knight, isn't it? Main stance is domination. Oh, thank you. You use your physical strength to gain the upper hand on your opponents. This stance requires a two-handed weapon. Secondary stance is elite warrior defense dexterity. Magnar. Yeah, two-handed weapon guy. Well, single weapon in each hand. The Magnar is a fierce warrior who favours melee combat, prizing brute force over finesse. A Magnar fights with a weapon in each hand and wears medium armour. He is very mobile and able to rush at his opponents. Preferred equipment is axes, hammers, short blades, medium armour. Main stance is frenzy. You adopt a very aggressive behaviour, a beast-like combat trance. This stance uses two weapons. Berserker, domination, intensity are the secondary stances. Right, okay, so we've got Landed Knight, which is the safer option, I think, because you've got the shield. We've got Hedge Knight, and we've got Magnar. I'm pretty tempted with Landed Knight, although the Hedge Knight looks a bit cooler. Then we'll go with Landed Knight, so I think we'll get a bit more protection. Okay, choice of attributes. Health damage, critical hit chance, energy recovery, deflection. We've got 5 points to spend. Excellent. So, strength increases damage inflicted on your enemies, the power of your critical hits, and physical resistance on hits. You suffer less damage from attacks that hit you. Alright, so strength also helps you in defense. Agility increases the speed and accuracy of your attacks, also makes it harder for your enemies to hit you. A deflection gives you a chance to reduce suffered damage by 2/3 or to dodge entirely. Luck increases your chances of finding extra loot and getting critical hits. After a successful deflection, luck will also affect the likelihood of a dodge, which negates all damage. Endurance increases your health. Health points are also influenced by the armour you wear. Endurance improves health recovery during combat and affects your energy cost of abilities. Intelligence improves your chances of negotiating for lower prices, increases energy recovery during combat, and increases the number of skill points your weapons and armour gained at each level. Alright, okay. They're all pretty good, aren't they? They give you, you know, it's not like in some where it's like, oh, well, you only really want intelligence if you're a mage sort of thing, because there's no such thing in this game, so they're all going to be handy. Luck's probably the one you'll not feel you need all the time. So we'll go with Strength. Put one in each of those, and an extra in, if I remember rightly. Yeah, we'll go with strength, because strength's doing physical resistance to hits as well. Damage resistance, yeah, it goes up by 1.5% when I put that on. Very nice. Nice. Stats points training. Oh, we've got 3 points to spend here. Energy cost 30. Weapon. What's this doing? Defense. Alright, that's sword. Sword, axe, mace, one-handed, damage. And, well, we had to learn that anyway to move anywhere else. And then we've got two routes to take. So that... The first one's... unleash a series of strikes. Yeah, it's a move. It's just an attack move. Stun your opponent by slamming your shield into his face. Nice. Oh, I see. It's up at the top. So the first one was self-defense. That's Daze Strike, and that's Taunt. Deride all opponents with your rapier wit to incite them to attack you. The range of 10 meters. Temporarily increase your... I think the shield one might be... Stun your opponent by slamming the shield. Smash your opponents all around. Smash your opponents all around you within a range of 3 meters. This ability is executed from your current position. Your fighting spirit inspires your comrades. I'll go with that one, I think. Excellent. Right, I've got 3 moves. Not sure how to use them yet, but 10 points. What? Well, yeah, I mean, you're kind of committing to using a particular weapon, aren't you, here? Then there's armour at the bottom. Don't say anything about shields, though. Oh, right, heavy armour, I see. We're a heavy armour character, aren't we, so... We need to make sure we're equipping the right armour, if this is the case then. Take that up to 20 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's going up 2 at a time, isn't it? Stick with swords, I think. 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to use the rest in armour as it happens. After having some memory of finding it quite punishing when you get hit. So, conscious of armour. Alright. Next. I was just wondering if there was something to do with shields, but I'm not seeing anything. What's blunt weapons? Oh no, it's not that. And the number of strengths and weaknesses must be equal. You can choose up to 3 strengths. Alright. Jesus. So every strength has a weakness, effectively. Your leadership skills motivate your teammate and your allies. The sight of blood fuels your desire for battle. If your opponent is bleeding, damage plus 15%. Your keen sense of balance allows you to deflect blows more skillfully. Your aptitude for learning allows you to pick up skills more quickly than most. Although, I'm not overly sure I have to pick any of these. If they're both at 0, it's fine. 2 extra skill points earned per level. Oh, -2. Eh? No, I think that doesn't mean minus. Deflection plus 6%. 2 extra skill points per level is nice, isn't it? Your aptitude for learning allows you to pick up skills more quickly than most. I think we'll definitely take that. You're not very good at handling flasks, a trait that could dire consequences. So we need to pick something that's got 2 points to balance it out. Your poor leadership skills discourage your teammates and your allies. -7% for your teammates. I'm not sure what the teammates thing is because it's not a multiplayer game, so there must be people that join in your fights in the game. I don't remember. Your allergies make you more acutely affected by poisons. You are less likely to deliver critical hits. It's only -2% though. Damage taken by fire. Damage resistance is -2%. Don't really want any of them, do we? I'll tell you what, let's just leave them. We'll leave them for now. Come back to it. Character creation is finished. Remaining points can be used later on your character page. Confirm the creation page. Here we go. Only take me 20 minutes to get there. It's still alive then.
Castle Black. Nothing's changed since the day we arrived. 15 years. Remember, Morris? We were so strong back then. At the time, I really believed in the mission of the Night's Watch, you know.
You've changed, old brother. I never thought you would betray us.
Aye, well, you've always had a knack for choosing friends. One night here, and you'd already bashed in 3 of our brothers' skulls.
I wasn't the only one there, if I remember rightly.
That's me. I never think of the consequences. All I do is give.
Look at this, boys. Morse finally brought back that worm Gorol. Well done. Some men bet against you, but I wagered you'd make it. It must have been quite a hunt.
Gorold knows how to cover his tracks and isn't half bad with the sword.
I've known you for 15 years, but I still had just a shred of hope that I'd give you and your damn dog the slip. I would have hated getting caught by a little shit like our friend here.
Hold your tongue, deserter.
That's not what your mother said last night.
I'll teach you about respect, dog.
Enough! I forbid you to touch him. You would not have had the slightest chance against him, blade in hand. Tell me, where is Mormont?
The Lord Commander is in front of the Commander's Keep with the new recruits. They've just sworn their oaths.
So they are finally sworn brothers of the Night's Watch. Fools. Now you can teach them a little lesson. Right, Morse?
Mors, you brought this traitor back. I knew I could count on you.
I did what I had to, Lord Commander.
Your modesty does you honor. Recruits, listen to me. Mors here is our best cracker. Now that you are sworn brothers of the Night's Watch, he will mold you into rangers. He has just returned from a very delicate mission. tracking down Gorals, who took the cowardly route and deserted. In the name of the Night's Watch, I thank you, Moors. I know how hard it must have been for you to hunt down a friend.
Oh, I hope we've got an option here. Worse than anything you can imagine, the honour of the Night's Watch above all.
I swore an oath to the Watch. If we go back on our word and our mission, then we are nothing.
If only all my men spoke like that.
Speaking of new brothers, I see only 4 of them. Where is the 5th?
Someone attacked him last night. He's been looked after by Maester Aemon as we speak. One of our brothers has broken his vows in the most sordid manner. That traitor then beat the poor boy and left him in the snow, more dead than alive.
Damn it. I swear I'll skin the culprit alive.
Alas, we do not know if the boy will recognize his assailant, or even if he is to survive.
Too bad. The brat certainly was a pretty boy. Soft as a virgin. What a pity I never managed to corner him.
What swine? He's about to die, might as well let him talk. The old dog never changes.
True to your reputation, Gorold, eh?
You know me, always trying to get a laugh.
Silence, traitor! Each time I pass judgment on a deserter, I feel the bitterness of failure. It is my duty, as Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, to make true brothers of you. This morning, you were strangers. Now, you have all sworn to honor our oath. Some come to us as knights, carrying out their duties, and some as criminals, forced to choose between the noose and the wall. Once you take the black, your past is dead. You must wash away your former loyalties, forget your family and friends. They cease to exist. Such is the strength of our oath. No wife, no children, no lands. All that matters is defending the wall and the realm. We are your only home. We are your duty. We are your new family, the only one that matters now. More than 8,000 years ago, humanity itself was nearly lost during the long night. Our predecessors then built the wall that you see behind us. This massive wall of ice is 700 feet high and divides the continent in half. It protects the realm of the 7 kingdoms from threats beyond the wall. Defending it is our purpose, our duty. The Night's Watch has unfailingly carried out this mission for centuries, generation after generation. Wildlings, cold, wind, and dishonor. Those are your enemies, even in the midst of a summer such as this one. We have all taken our vows before the gods, whichever gods they are. If you betray your brothers, if you break this sacred oath, throughout the 7 kingdoms of Westeros, you will be met with one punishment: death.
I was about to say, enough talk, God's sakes. Gorold betrayed our oath. His death will be a lesson to them.
Pass the sentence and get this over with.
Gorold was a brother of the Night's Watch for almost 15 years, but that bears no relevance. He will be executed for desertion. Beyond our mission, we no longer exist. Any last words, deserter?
After all my years spent here, I've forgotten what warmth is. The cold has stolen the very memory. Go ahead and smile at the sight of me, the wretched deserter. But you may do the same one day. You won't be able to take it any longer, and you'll do anything just to live again. I tried my luck, and I failed. Come on, Moors, and do it well.
Goodbye, old brother.
Goodbye, old friend. I'll see you on the other side.
You will live and you will die in the shadow of the wall. There is no other way. Welcome to the Night's Watch.
Alright, cheerful place.
Pause. Take Ronnet, Poddy, Celtigar and Patrick and put together a patrol. Make sure they smell a little less like summer before winter comes.
Right. Listen. Since I need to teach you to survive at the wall, let's see what you're worth with a blade in your hand.
Whoop, whoop,
Gather
tutorial
in the
time.
Exercise yard.
For this night and all nights to come, go to Castle Black training field to train the recruits. Way, get to control a character now. We've got a little marker on our radio map up at the top right there. Let's see if we can talk to some folks.
So, what do you think of the new recruits?
Seems to be some money in the corner there. He's quite close to the camera, isn't he? The executioner's axe two-handed. Yeah, can't seem to speak to him. Let's have a little look around Castle Black. Hey, the dog's with us. Hey, buddy. There'll be the wall. Blimey, eh?
So, Celtigar, you were as excited as a virgin to see your hero behead that poor Gorold, weren't you?
Watch your tongue, peasant. Low-born scum like you often end up the same way.
Oh, just listen to him! Still with his milk teeth and he wants to roar. Who knows, you little shit? I may even have been the one to squirt you into your mother's belly.
One more word like that, and I'll send you back to the shit heap where you were born.
I'll show them who's in charge here. That thief Ronnet doesn't know when to shut his mouth. The pride of Celtigar has no place here.
Shut up, Celtigar. I'm here to train you, so show me how a knight wields his blade.
At your command.
Right. Each party member has a combat display for now. You can only control Moors. Alright, okay. For now you can only control Moors. Alright, okay. Don't remember controlling other people. Alright, okay. Press X to add an attack order to the character's queue. You can queue up to 3 attacks and the character will perform them in order in which they were added. Press circle to cancel the last queued action. Seems reasonable. I'm not overly sure. I'll press R1 to activate. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Self-defense and massive trike. It's still going in slow motion, can you see it? I'm not overly sure how to get out of this menu. R1. R1? Yeah. So hitting X is just a standard attack. And then you use R1 to add in or interject with bigger moves.
What you're made of.
Use the D-pad to change between enemy targets.
At ease. Moors, we must speak. I've just returned from the infirmary with some very sad news. Maester Aemon could do nothing to save the boy. He has succumbed to his wounds. They were too grave.
He was not cut out for the wall. It is our duty to avenge him. Sad news.
These are dark times for us.
Justice must be done, Moors, for the honor of the Night's Watch. Before he died, the boy had enough strength to give us the name of his tormentor. He is one of ours, Cregan.
Cregan? First Gorold deserts, and now one of our best veterans betrays his vows?
You know what I expect from you, Moors. Cregan is leading the Western Patrol. They left this morning.
I will leave immediately. Shall I take the new brothers with me to track down Cregan?
They may still smell like summer, but I need them to learn how to patrol the wall. On the other hand, you'll have to do without Patrick. The builders need him.
All right, Jaw. Cregan certainly is a big fellow.
I know. He's almost as good a fighter as you. Do not endanger your new brothers too much. We're too short of men to waste them. If you hurry, you should be able to catch up with him in the ruins of the Icemark Fort.
Understood.
One final thing. I received a raven bearing news that concerns you. A knight in the service of the King's Hand is riding towards Castle Black. He is coming especially to speak to you.
Why has John Arryn sent one of his men to see me?
The Hand of the King, eh? I wonder what he wants with me.
I was actually hoping that you could enlighten me on that matter.
My life belongs to the Night's Watch, Jaw. I left the Game of Thrones behind long ago.
So be it. May the gods speed you.
Listen here, you crows. We meet at the West Gate and leave within the hour.
Very good. Alright. Track down Cregan, a veteran who is leading a patrol headed west. There is money kicking around here. Oh, it's a shop. At merchants, you can buy and sell objects and compare the merchant's objects with what you have already. It's pretty much only got what I've already got sword-wise. Worn small wooden shield, yeah. So basically he's got nothing of any use to me. Seemed reasonable. Right. Can't go up the ladder, I suppose. No. Go in these buildings, though, I'm assuming. The Common Hall. Oh, the good old days, eh, of going in and out of buildings. That must be upstairs. There's a conversation marker.
Morse!
What do you want of me, Walder?
I have finished restoring the statuette that you entrusted me with just before you left to track down Gorold.
Really? Let's have a look.
I must say it was a true pleasure. Brothers normally ask me to paint them a pretty woman with big teats and spread legs. But I must say that this is a little more original. I realize we aren't the best of friends, but this statue is a work of art. I hope I treated it with the attention it deserved. I'm rather proud of my work. I returned it to its original colors, and it looks like new.
It's beautiful work, Walder. I have never seen such a striking likeness of the warrior. It's as if you have given him life.
It would appear the frost has not completely eaten away my hands. I hope you don't regret the price you paid for this job.
Not at all. This statue is worth more than you can imagine.
True. Actually, I have a vague idea of it. I've already seen this kind of work in the past, but only once, at the Great Sept of Baelor of King's Landing. I recall legends telling of statues made by the first disciples of the Seven, when they still strode the hills across the narrow sea. They were carved into a star that the Seven had torn from the heavens. These statues depicted the true face of the gods, just as they were when they showed themselves to the Andals.
And it is said that the Andals' greatest heroes carried them off when they snatched Westeros from the first men and the ancient gods.
How could a man such as yourself find himself in possession of such a precious object? I've never taken you to be such a devout man.
It is part of my duty, of my bloodline, our history.
This statuette of the warrior has always belonged to my family, as far back as the bloodline stretches. It is because of this that he walks alongside us. Have you heard of the Battle of the Field of Fire?
Ah, now there's another great tale. At the time of Aegon the Conqueror's conquest, the Lannister king and the King of the Reach united their forces to fight the Targaryen and their dragons.
This is not just any old tale. This battle really took place, and it was the greatest massacre in the history of the Seven Kingdoms. On that day, more than 4,000 knights perished in the fire of those three great dragons. Amory Westford, my ancestor, fought under the colors of the lion, as is our duty. When the shadows of the dragons blotted out the sky, and their fire engulfed both men and beasts, he prayed for his life, as he had never done before. He swore then, on his immortal soul, that he would search for and gather all seven, collecting the 6 other statues which accompany the warrior. Amory survived, and he set about his quest to give thanks to the Seven. He never succeeded, and our bloodline inherited his oath.
I imagine that faith comes more easily when one rushes into the jaws of such monsters. It's a beautiful tale all the same. You know, I could maybe help you keep this ancient promise, Moors.
Why would he want to do this?
Let's just say that I'm interested. What do you hope to gain from it?
Sometimes it's pleasing to be able to work on something just because it's beautiful, Moors. What I want is to finish what I've begun, before I'm judged by the Father.
Would you do it for free?
I've not taken so much joy in anything since I chose to take the black, and you know how important the faith is to me. If I could help you accomplish this sacred vow of your ancestors, I'd be paying homage to the gods for all their graces.
And how would you do that?
This statuette, it was created to be part of the group of 7.
Yes, we already spoke of it.
Wait, you don't understand. I've studied it closely, and I can tell you it was made to be bonded to other objects carved from the same strange rock. Probably a bracelet or an amulet that the Andal warriors bore, like the 7-pointed star they carved into their chests. I believe I'm capable of reconstructing such a work. More than 4,000 years after its imagining. It would be magnificent.
What are you proposing?
Older. What are you suggesting? I do not follow.
I should be able to make copies of the statuettes that go with this one. With good models, it should be possible.
Out of the question. That would mean going back on the word of my ancestors. This is about an act of faith and the honor of my bloodline, Walder.
Forgive me. I understand what you say. I've never seen a rock that compares to this one. It's perhaps true what the legends say when they claim they were carved from a star fallen from the heavens.
That may well be. I thank you, and I would leave you now.
Wait, I can restore them, just as I brought the warrior back to life for you. These statuettes are not unique, though extremely rare. I told you I remember seeing 3 whole sets in the Great Sept of Baelor.
You speak of a world which is closed to us, my brother.
I'd be happy to share this dream with you. If you ever manage to lay your hands on another of these precious relics, I doubt it would be in good repair. But I can restore all their beauty for you.
Why not? After all, we can always hope.
I thank you, Walder. Indeed, your help would be invaluable to me.
Truly? Well, all that remains for me is to pray to the 7 that they finally bestow their kindness upon you, Moors.
We have what remains of our lives to find out.
May the warrior guide your arm, and the crone light your way.
And may the Father forgive you for everything else.
You're bloody right there, brother.
They're not shy of conversation in this game, are they? Are they Hellfire?
And the lords of the south were more...
There's good voice acting, though, to be fair to it. I think that's outside that thing I'm looking at, maybe. Oh no, it's down. It says on the map it's down. It's got a little arrow on it.
Dreaming there'll never be enough of us to round up a garrison.
Might as well have a proper look around while we're in it.
like the others.
It's Moore's dog, and Moores does what he likes. You best keep your mouth shut around him. What did a dog do to you?
I just don't like dogs. Especially that one. Look at it. It looks like trouble.
Castle Black Blacksmith. Well, he's got a saber, which is a lot more damage than my sword. But how much money have we got? Oh, 14. I haven't got enough to buy it. We don't have enough. Well, at least we know there's someone kicking around that's got a better weapon. Crossbow as well. Alright, that's telling me that's where my quest is, I think. Improves mobility and joint problems, aiding recovery when immobilized. Restores energy. Alright, okay. There is potions in this here game. We'll see if we can pick some up before we start to buy stuff, though. Right. I think that'll probably do. Oh, what's this? Blue marker. It's saying it's upstairs. For God's sakes. Just been up there. Pretty sure that's the guy we just spoke to, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, I'm remembering back now, and I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of conversational stuff in this game. I remember being quite surprised at how in-depth the script writing was and how much they had characters saying. I guess if you're into Game of Thrones, I mean, that's what 50% of it is, isn't it? All adds to the lore and the land. Battle system's a little bit clumsy, but they have thought it through, at least made it slightly interesting.
Be sure that tonight I'm going to make the whores in Knowles Tower scream.
What'll be up here then? Not allowed in that one. I think I've come out the wrong side of the building as it happens.
Don't you try and get
Conversation. I wonder, I'm trying to remember what the save... Yeah, I'll give it a save as it happens. Did seem to do auto saves when we were going in and out of buildings. Terence Celtigar.
Pray excuse me, Sir Mors. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you have the time.
Go ahead and ask.
Here at Castle Black, the brothers tell many tales about you. They speak of the legendary battles you fought before joining the Night's Watch, and about how you earned the name the Butcher, faced with the barbarians from beyond the wall.
The wildlings? Just what do you think you know about them, lad?
I heard that they're bloodthirsty barbarians who worship the White Walkers and mate their women with the others. They sometimes try to claw their way over the wall to steal our women and destroy our land, thirsting for our blood.
The same old stories. The White Walkers. The others. The wildling legends about the others are even worse than ours. They don't worship them at all. In fact, they fear them. They have much more to fear than we do, because they don't have the wall. If the White Death were to come, nothing would protect them. But men love to fear myths. We've been waiting for them for 8,000 years, and nobody's ever seen the others, nor the White Walkers. The wildlings are a real danger. However, they are normal men, like any other, which is exactly why they are such a threat. They attack when they're hungry, or when their balls are too full. There's nothing more dangerous than a hungry man.
To be starving and ready to do anything to survive. I've been there. That's why I ended up here.
Enough talk. Listen, Cregan is well liked by his men. He's a good leader. They may not take kindly to us going after him. Be ready for anything. If there's trouble, stay together. Keep an eye on the brother fighting by your side, and all should be fine.
By the Seven, I hope that it won't come to us fighting our own brothers.
What? You're not from a fighting family, Pod? Oh, it feels just like home to me.
Cregan could have gotten away with a stint in prison and a whipping for the rape. But now that the boy is dead, once I've told him what he's accused of, he'll know that he has nothing left to lose. You can never tell how a person will react when they've come to the end of their rope.
The villain will be as desperate as a cornered animal.
Remember that this villain is easily worth 10 of you, Celtigar. We are tracking him down because he broke his oath, and he will be judged for it. But never forget that he served the Night's Watch for close to 20 years.
I won't underestimate him, Sir Mors.
Well then, get ready.
Right, well, we've got... I don't think there's really much anything else we can do here. We're basically going to go out into the worlds. Here we go. Travelling between regions of Westeros. This is the world map where you can travel to different regions of Westeros. Select your destination and confirm by pressing X. And as it happens, we've only got 2 anyway. So it's a bit like Dragon Age, I suppose, in that respect. The first Dragon Age, where it's not really an open world. It's kind of little segments of areas that you travel around, and then you jump to the next segment area, which is fine for the type of game that it is.
Ruins. Is there nothing left alive along the wall?
I'm so cold. It's even worse than I'd imagined. I can't feel my feet anymore.
Silence. It's still summer, and this is as warm as it will ever get at the wall.
You can change weapons at any time during combat or exploration. This is done by pressing L3. By switching between your customised weapon slots, you can adapt to situations at hand and maximise your effectiveness in battle. Alright, okay. So we could have a long-range weapon then, which we probably don't have at the minute.
Keeps you awake, and walking keeps you warm.
Ah, there we go. So on the bottom left there, we've got our... It didn't really show us any of this that I remember, did it? Didn't tell us to go into our inventory. So we've got a second weapon socket there. It's telling us about it now. Select the weapon that you want to be part of your weapon set. Each weapon is set linked to a fighting stance. So at the moment, we've only got enough to do the one weapon set anyway, but I would fancy having some sort of long-range weapon in the second set. Or you could go for a two-hander, but we've pretty much set ourselves up for being a sword and shield guy. Flasks can be collected and filled at potion merchants. To fill a flask, you must first equip it to your belt. Then you can fill it. Well, it's not giving us one, is it? Equipment menu, armor. Wear pieces of armor to increase your health. The weight of your armor, light, medium or heavy, also affects how quickly your fatigue and your ability to dodge. Your body armor determines your type of resistance to damage. Oh, jewels. Accessories, usually charms or precious trinkets and baubles, can also be equipped. These can be helpful in a variety of ways. Equipment menu, that's quest objects. Quest objects are collected and used during specific quests. They cannot be sold. Fair enough. So it's a fairly straightforward menu, isn't it, in our inventory.
So, march on.
It's quite good. It's got the proper codex and everything, like a proper RPG, isn't it? Here we go. I don't think I can jump between characters yet, though.
A wildling. This is not a good sign.
The wildling blade.
They never move alone. We've rarely seen these dogs so close to Castle Black.
Any better than the one we've got, or an A? It is actually. 16 on that one. The wildling blade's got 19 damage. Oh, I see. Right, hang on. There's 2 damage types here. That's got 16 damage per second, but the damage is 30.8 to 35. And that's got 19 damage per second, but the damage is 36.5 to 42.1. It is better. The speed's the same. Type is cutting. Yep, that's it on. Can we junk anything, or doesn't look like it, does it? So that's good. Got a better weapon already.
Patrol should be here already. We need to find out more.
But there are only 4 of us. Could there be more of them?
4 brave sworn brothers of the Night's Watch.
You wanted action, right? Well, this is it. So stop whining.
It's madness, Sir Mors. We don't know how many there are.
Aye, aye, here we go. Well, I'm getting flanked here. Could do with that guy behind me getting more hits in. Not overly sure what I do if my health goes down, but anyway. Excellent. Bonus loot.
Cregan, what happened here?
The butcher's here? You're too late. There are wildlings everywhere. I killed a few, but there are too many. 2 of them. Moors. They're beasts, I tell you. I did what I could do to save my lads by luring some of the bastards to me.
Why did your men go?
I sent them to try their luck crossing the bridge. Get out of here. if you want to live. Moors. Go.
At least he fought to the end.
It cost him his life. I would have expected nothing less from that old bastard. When your time comes, do as he did, and take as many with you as you can.
We'll try to remember that, sir.
We must leave, Sir Mors. We don't have a chance.
Remember what happened to Gorold, Poddy.
If I must die, at least I'll plant my dagger in my killer's eye.
I hope that it will be so, Ronnet. Cregan was carrying the keys to the fort. They're probably still on his body.
Oh, an antique sword. Have a look at that in a minute. Oh, he's got a flask. Holds up to 3 uses of substances. The bag of Sworn Brother containing his personal belongings and equipment. Nice keys, nice. After collecting a flask, you can fill it with different substances at a potions merchant. When used carefully, they can make all the difference during combat. To equip a flask, Open your inventory and select a flask you wish to equip, and then select a belt slot in which to put it in. Flasks can be removed by selecting them from their respective belt slots after they have been equipped. To fill a flask, the flask must first be equipped to your belt. Talk to a potion merchant subsequent to fill your flask with. Once the flask is empty, you can no longer use it. However, you can always refill it by talking to a potions merchant. Let's have a look. Lovely. This wine-based potion is a painkiller which helps to heal minor injuries. Right, okay, that'll be handy then. Ooh, that antique sword, is it one-hander? Yeah, I think it is. Well, that's going to go on, I think. Ooh, check that out. Don't seem to be able to spin the character around to have a look at him. But never mind. Old worn sword, wildling blade. Oh yeah, that's the antique sword we've got on. So we've gone up to 40 to 46 damage now. Very nice. Best thing we've picked up. But we picked up a... Ooh. Moore's Westford's collar. Plus 4% damage. Nice, must have had that all along. It was a quest item we picked up by the looks of it. Well, I think we'll have a little save. Looks blocked. I think it's this way. We cannot ignore the presence of the wildlings south of the wall. Whoa, that's a nasty end, that, people. Bite! When you are with teammates, you can take control of him by pressing triangle. Remember that you can find the tutorials in the tutorial section of the codex. Press triangle, take control of him. Right, there's a fight waiting to happen. Alright, it's my yellow bar, I think, that controls whether or not I can do those moves. I'm sort of getting the hang of it now. He's down. Alright, take control of him with the bow, can I? Nice. Oh, there's Terrence down the bottom there, look. Whoa, that's a close-up camera angle. My health isn't looking great either. Using ability spends energy. Alright. I'm trying to figure out how to use a potion as it happens. Ah, there we go. Nice. Just healed myself, lovely. It's quite Dragon Age-y in its the way that it works, really. That and Orcs, whatever it's called. Orcs Tale or whatever, I can't remember what it's called now. Of Orcs and Men, that's it. Similar type of thing. Wildling armour. A bone axe. A wooden spear. Cudgel. Coin. Alright, it's telling us to go that way, but what's down here? Ranger's personal belongings, Westeros archive, seal of acknowledgements, a new ring. This seal is used with the Meisters by the Meisters of the Citadel to seal scholarly documents. As they are rare, they can fetch good price. Alright. Okay. It's for selling. Looks like it was just a little bonus find, that. I'm not sure if it actually saves it exactly where you are in the game. It must do. I don't recall though. Oh, I see. You save. We'll have a few saves going just in cases. Wildlings! Boss wildlings, by the looks of it. Good fight, my friend. Woohoo! He's dead. Thank you. Go team.
Watch out! That one's still moving. The bastard got rotted. I'll finish him off.
The boy's about to do something foolish.
Don't touch him, Poddy. He's not going to die right away. I've got questions for him.
You're as dangerous as ever, Butcher. At least I buried one of your boys.
Dogs like you always travel in packs. Your leader must be nearby. Where is he? Where is Gone?
Shit on you, Crow!
Strong tactics.
You know I always get what I want from my prisoners. All you'll do is suffer more. Give up.
Go bugger yourself, old man!
Pain will loosen his tongue.
Son of a whore! Ah!
Enough! I'll tell you what you want to know.
Fine. What were you doing so close to Castle Black?
There were only 2 of us and our men. We just climbed over the wall.
You lie. You never could have crossed here.
God left a long time ago. I swear to it.
He's lying, but not for long.
Bastard crows! You're all out of your heads.
Speak, and I will put an end to your suffering. You'll give in either way. Everyone talks eventually.
It's true! Gorn planned it all. We came through the mountain passes to the west. We attacked several villages, but your men at Shadow Towers set that demon of Half-Hand upon us. Instead of going back the way we came, we traveled east. We gained some ground, but that bastard's patrol was still on our heels. Gorn led us here, because he knew that the gate of the wall at Icemark had been closed in haste. He always knows everything. We've been scratching at the wall ever since, digging like madmen in our quest to return home.
I must make sure that he's telling the truth. We're losing precious time. Let's finish him now.
You're still lying.
I beg you, stop, please. No!
May the Mother take you into her arms.
By the 7!
Silence!
May the demons of the 7 hells give him what he deserves!
Never underestimate your opponent.
That pillager could easily have killed you. And there are more of them in the ruins. Spare your curses and stay focused on staying alive, lad.
I understand. Those beasts truly are ferocious.
What are your orders, brother?
There's a whole clan of wildlings not far from here, and they know that we've spotted them. He mentioned Half-Hand. Corin Half-Hand is relentless. If he's tracking these wildlings, he'll get them. If I know Gorn, he's surveying the area and preparing an ambush to slow down the brothers of the Shadow Tower. We'll go down and keep them from getting the passage back open. They'll be stuck here, and our brothers can just finish them off.
Perfect. The dogs will be trapped.
And us with them!
It's a risk we have to take. We can't let this opportunity go. Gorn is one of the most dangerous leaders from beyond the wall. We've got to give it a try, and there are many brothers to avenge. I have little hope, but perhaps we can at least recover their bodies.
Moors is a skin changer, which means he can control his dog. All right. Once you have unlocked a skin changer ability for your character, you can give him commands. You can give commands to your dog by pressing L1. Access the dog's ability tree by pressing the start button and selecting character's page from the pause menu. We've gained a new level. Moors has gained level 2. Lovely. Torreg's helmet. Flint axe. Right, well, I'd like to tell you that I did that first time, but I really didn't. A ranger's personal belongings. Quest item. Well, I think we'll most definitely have a save. In fact, well, yeah, let's have a save before we do anything, and then we can always change it, can't we? So we've no points to spend in there. Well, we've gained level 2, but we've no... We've got a stance point remaining. And we've got skill changer. And we've got 11 points to spend in skills. So I'll tell you what I'm going to put loads on my armor. Generally made a plate. Enables you to withstand many hits, but the energy cost will occur quickly and agility is decreased. Determined by endurance and strength. Alright, so we need endurance and strength we need to keep pumping into as well for this. The bonus applies when wearing heavy armour. Yeah, so we need to make sure we're just wearing heavy armour. Might stick it all on that, to be fair. Take it to 41 and then we'll do swords up to 27. Because I was struggling there with the hits I was getting. Right, here's my skin changer ability then. So command your dog to attack targeted enemy. Lovely. Command your dog to bite a foe's leg. Your dog now succumbs to fatigue more slowly. Yeah, that'd be good. Your dog has become more effective in battle as a result of combat experiences gained. Nice. Let's do those. So, less fatigue and better in battle. Awesome. And we've got a point to spend on a skill. Deride all opponents with a rapier wit to incite them to attack. No, I don't want that. What have we got down here? Your fighting spirit inspires your nearby comrades. Right, this stuff's actually quite important because you do have people to fight with you in this game by the looks of it. Which I'd forgotten about, funnily enough. Strike your opponent in an open wound. Damage plus 5% for your allies. Yeah, it's quite good then, isn't it? Let's do that. When 3 or more enemies are attacking you, dodge plus 6%, chance of critical hit plus 7%. I don't have any more to spend anyway at the minute. It's funny we didn't got a level up, but we didn't get anything to spend in there. Bit strange. Anyway, I'm assuming that's kept... does it automatically save it all? It does. Hey, there's our hound ability there. Alright, you can actually target the enemies while you're in this menu. I did not know that. So I can go into slow-mo menu, jump to another character, command them to do stuff, and then jump back again. Ha ha ha. Right, well, that, as it happens, is an ideal place to wrap things up, people. We've gone on far too long. But there was a lot of talking at the beginning, so I wanted to get a bit of gameplay in. And I'll do some more of this, I think, in the run-up to Game of Thrones last episode coming out on Monday. I'll maybe try and do a bit of this through the week, actually. If I'm still enjoying it, I might just crack on with it for a bit. It has been an honour and a privilege bringing Game of Thrones to you on the PS3, and I shall see you next time, folks. Take it easy, bye.